I'm gonna go check my channel now and see if Guys, it's not working. What is my favorite? Wait. Shirt of all time? Oh. Shoot. You guys can't really see it, but it says Green Day American Idiot. There you go.
Worldwide, I'm talking about the Laserdisc. And I actually have a fairly long history with this format. Now, back when I was a kid, back before DVDs, I wanted a Laserdisc player so bad, and of course, never got one. And despite my family's fairly early adoption of DVDs, I found myself still wanting one. And so a few years later, we're talking 2001, 2002, just as they were being discontinued here in the States, I actually bought a used, very basic, low-level Pioneer unit from about 1989, and I haven't looked back since, even if I have absolutely no idea where I put that unit. Anyway, as far as today's show is concerned, you know, we've done a lot of time with this format before. I mean, look at this season so far. We're only a few episodes in, and we've already done Treasure in Search of the Golden Horse and another round of Laser Karaoke. But it got me thinking, you know, we never have really truly discussed the history of this format, and we've definitely never discussed all the strange little offshoots of the Laserdisc. So, buckle up, kids. It's history lesson / geek out / warm, fuzzy, gooey nostalgia day here at the archive. Again. Oh yeah, and to quote every person on eBay that's tried to sell one of these things, this is not a DVD. The seeds of the Laserdisc were planted in the mid-60s by one David Paul Gregg with the invention and subsequent patent of the transparent recording disc concept. Effectively, the idea was that if a record could be played with a needle, the idea could be pushed one step further and read optically with a low-level laser. After refining and expanding his concept a bit more, Gregg sold the idea to MCA in 1968. Meanwhile, Philips already had an idea for video discs recorded in a reflective mode, and Philips and MCA pooled their resources in 1969 to further this now common project. Philips unveiled the first Laserdisc prototype, or DiscoVision as it was known, in late 1972.
This performance of the movie Jaws is not coming from film or tape at a television station miles away. It's coming from just a few feet away, from a phonograph-like device connected by wire to an ordinary television set, much as those popular video games are attached. Inside is a disc that looks like an LP record. But the disc has no grooves, and its one playing side contains 30 minutes worth of picture as well as sound.
Over the next several years, Philips, and by turn various tech magazines, would announce every so often that the DiscoVision format would be released shortly. However, due to constant manufacturing / quality issues, which never were entirely ironed out, more on that later, it took until December of 1978 for the first DiscoVision units and titles to hit the shelves. At the time, DiscoVision was only available in Atlanta, Georgia. It took until the end of 1980 and a market share buyout by Pioneer for DiscoVision, or Laservision, the name got revised in the interim, to be available nationwide. It took until mid-1981 for this system to be released in Asia, and mid-1982 for DiscoVision, Laserdisc to make it to the European market. The Laserdisc marked the high point of home video quality to date. The discs were capable of up to 425 lines of resolution and up to 5 MHz of bandwidth. Consumer tape-based formats topped out at around 3 MHz. The original Laserdiscs were capable of 2 tracks of audio storage, meaning a disc could either be in stereo or could accommodate 2 separate switchable mono soundtracks. By the mid-80s, the number of available audio tracks jumped to 4 channels, 2 analog, 2 digital.